Welcome to Story Planet, where every tale is a journey. Join Arjun and Maya on their captivating wildlife journey through the forest. As you listen, enjoy the immersive forest atmosphere and soothing sounds that accompany their story. Relax and let the journey begin. Through the Lens, a wildlife journey. In a remote and untouched corner of India, where the forest whispered ancient secrets and the air was thick with the scent of wild jasmine, two wildlife photographers, Arjun and Maya, embarked on a journey that would become one of their most cherished memories. This forest, a hidden gem known only to a select few, was a sanctuary, a place where nature reigned supreme and time seemed to stand still. Their trek began early in the morning, just as the first light of dawn kissed the treetops. The path was narrow, winding through dense undergrowth where ferns brushed against their legs, and the calls of unseen birds echoed through the trees. Arjun, the more experienced of the two, led the way with practiced ease. His camera, always ready, hung from his neck like a trusted companion. Maya followed closely, her eyes wide with wonder, absorbing the sights and sounds of the forest around them. The trail took them deeper into the wilderness, where the trees grew taller and the canopy thicker. Sunlight filtered through in golden shafts, illuminating the forest floor in patches of warmth. Every so often, they paused to take in the beauty around them. A herd of spotted deer grazing in a sun-dappled clearing, a vibrant kingfisher perched by a small pond, or the delicate flutter of a butterfly landing on a wildflower. The forest was alive with life, each moment a potential masterpiece waiting to be captured. As the day wore on, the trail became steeper, leading them to a small clearing beside a lean river, surrounded by towering hills. The river's gentle flow provided a soothing soundtrack, its clear waters reflecting the sky above. The clearing, bathed in the golden light of the late afternoon sun, felt like a hidden oasis, peaceful and secluded, with the hills rising like guardians on all sides. Setting up camp was a routine they knew well. They pitched their tent near the riverbank, the soft ground cushioned with moss and fallen leaves, and gathered wood for a campfire. The hills provided a sense of shelter, and the river offered a constant source of fresh water. As the sun began its descent, the sky transformed into a canvas of brilliant oranges, pinks, and purples, casting a magical glow over the landscape. With the fire crackling and their tent secured, Arjun and Maya settled in for the night. They prepared a simple meal, rice and lentils cooked over the fire, seasoned with spices they had carried with them. The aroma of the food mingled with the fresh, pine-scented air, creating a comforting atmosphere. As they ate, they spoke of the day's trek, the photographs they had captured, and the wild beauty of the forest that surrounded them. As night fell, the forest came alive with sounds, the distant howl of a jackal, the rustling of leaves as nocturnal creatures stirred, and the rhythmic croaking of frogs by the river, all blended into a symphony of nature. Above them, the stars twinkled in a clear sky, and the moon cast a silver light on the forest, creating shadows that danced with the flickering flames of their campfire. The river's gentle murmur added a soothing rhythm to the night, lulling them into a state of peaceful calm. The night was cool, with a light breeze that rustled the leaves and carried the earthy scent of the forest to their campsite. They huddled closer to the fire, wrapped in blankets, their conversation turning quiet and reflective as the night deepened. Suddenly, they heard a low growl. A bear, perhaps, or some other large creature, moving through the underbrush nearby. The sound was distant, but sent a shiver down their spines. They knew the forest was home to many wild animals, and while they respected the creatures they shared this space with, they were also aware of the risks. Yet, the knowledge that they were safe in their clearing, with the fire burning bright, allowed them to feel at ease. The sounds of the night, both familiar and unknown, added to the richness of their adventure. The night was long and quiet, with only the occasional crackle of the fire or the distant call of an owl breaking the stillness. They drifted to sleep, cradled by the forest's natural rhythm, feeling a deep sense of connection to the world around them. Morning came with the soft glow of dawn, the first rays of sunlight filtering through the trees and warming their campsite. The chill of the night still hung in the air as they stirred from their sleeping bags. Arjun was the first to rise, stoking the embers of the campfire back to life, while Maya fetched water from the stream to make tea. There was something almost sacred about those early morning moments in the forest. The quiet before the world fully awakened, the crispness of the air, and the simple joy of brewing tea over an open fire. They sat in silence, sipping their tea and watching as the forest slowly came to life. Birds flitted between branches, their songs filling the air, while a family of squirrels darted across the forest floor in search of breakfast. After packing up their camp, they continued their trek, moving deeper into the forest. As they explored, they noticed signs of human presence. A well-worn path here, a cluster of stones there, hinting at a hidden life within the wilderness. On their third day, they stumbled upon a small clearing where a group of people was gathered around a fire. These were members of a traditional tribe, their clothes made of natural fibers, adorned with beads and feathers, blending seamlessly with the surrounding forest. The tribe noticed the two photographers and welcomed them with warm smiles and open arms. The chief of the tribe, an elderly man with wise eyes and a gentle demeanor, introduced himself as Bhima. Through broken but clear communication, Bhima and the tribe members shared that they had lived in this forest for generations, their lives intricately connected to the land, the animals, and the rhythms of nature. Curious and respectful, Arjun and Maya listened intently as Bhima and the others spoke about the forest. They learned about the medicinal plants that grew in abundance, the animals that roamed the forest, and the seasonal changes that dictated their way of life. The tribe's knowledge was vast, passed down through generations, and deeply rooted in a profound respect for the environment. Impressed by the interest Arjun and Maya showed in their culture, the tribe extended an invitation to visit their village. Grateful and intrigued, the photographers accepted. They trekked together through the forest, led by Baima and a few others, until they reached the village, a small cluster of thatched huts nestled among towering trees, with a river flowing nearby. The village was simple, yet alive with color and life. Children played by the river, women tended to gardens, and the air was filled with the scent of wood smoke and the sweet aroma of wildflowers. That evening, the tribe hosted a feast in honor of their guests. Traditional dishes made from forest herbs, wild vegetables, and freshly caught fish were served, along with a drink brewed from local fruits and roots. The flavors were rich and unfamiliar, but deeply satisfying. As they ate, the villagers shared stories, tales of the forest, legends of animals, and the wisdom they had gathered from living in harmony with nature. As the night wore on, the villagers gathered around a large fire. The flames danced in the night, casting flickering shadows on the trees. The chief and the elders spoke of the forest's secrets, the hidden paths, the animals that only appeared at night, and the signs that foretold changes in the weather. They spoke of the balance that must be maintained, the respect that every living creature deserved, and the knowledge that the forest, though wild and untamed, was also a provider and protector. For Arjun and Maya, the night was both humbling and inspiring. The stories they heard were not just tales, but lessons, valuable insights that deepened their understanding of the natural world. The tribe's way of life, so different from their own, was a reminder of the simplicity and beauty that could be found in living close to nature. It was a night filled with laughter, learning, and a sense of connection that transcended language and culture. They spent the night in the village, sleeping in a hut provided by the tribe. The sounds of the forest were ever present, but now they carried a new meaning. Each rustle, each call, a thread in the intricate tapestry of life that the tribe had revealed to them. The comfort of the warm fire, the gentle hum of the villagers' voices, and the star-filled sky above created a perfect cocoon of peace. In the morning, the tribe bid them farewell, sending them off with gifts, small pouches of herbs, hand-woven baskets, and a promise that they would always be welcome in the village. Arjun and Maya left with hearts full of gratitude and a deeper respect for the forest and its inhabitants. They knew that this encounter was a rare gift, one that would stay with them forever. As they continued their photography, they found their perspective had shifted. The forest was no longer just a backdrop for their work. It was a living, breathing entity with stories to tell and wisdom to share. The photographs they took in the days that followed were richer, imbued with a new depth and understanding. The knowledge they had gained from the tribe was woven into every shot. making this project one of the most meaningful they had ever undertaken. Their final days in the forest were spent revisiting some of the spots they had found earlier, capturing the morning mist over the river, the vibrant colors of the sunset, and the quiet majesty of the ancient trees. They also captured images of the tribe's village, careful to honor the privacy and traditions of the people who had been so kind to them. When it was time to leave, they did so with heavy hearts, but also with a sense of fulfillment. The forest, the village, the people, and the knowledge they had gained would all become part of their story, one they would share with the world through their photographs and tales. This trip was more than just a professional success. It was a journey of connection, discovery, and deep respect for the natural world and the people who live in harmony with it. As they made their way back to the bustling world of cities and schedules, Arjun and Maya knew that this experience had changed them. The memories of the forest, the tribe, and the serene nights spent beside the river would stay with them, a reminder of the simple beauty and profound wisdom found in the heart of nature. It was, without a doubt, one of the most memorable trips of their lives, a journey that had brought them closer not only to the earth, but also to themselves and each other. Thank you for joining Arjun and Maya on their wildlife journey through the forest. We hope the story, along with the soothing forest sounds, brought you peace and relaxation. If you enjoyed this trip, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing for more journeys from Story Planet. Until next time, may your dreams be calm and tranquil.